Now, why go through the labels versus independent?
Because the labels, they help you. Like as far as like studio sessions with artists. Even if I got the connects, but with a label, it's a sure thing because artist tells you like, yo, pull up at 2 p.m. and they're not there. It's like, no, pull up at 5. No, they're not there. It's like, oh, I'm putting up. No, they're not there. With the label,
Right.
it's a sure thing. Like, yeah, this is gonna happen. And then they put the funds behind you too, so you can develop the label or like sign the artists and stuff.
But is that really one of the benefits just to get in with artists? Like, does that make it worth signing over, not having control and all that stuff? Because you got because I'm saying you got a wave, you got a fan base, you got an audience. Like, why not independent?
But with the label, you're gonna have a structure behind you to show you what kind of direction you should take and stuff. Like phones, cool. Sessions, cool. But I need a structure behind me. Like imagine I signed a joint venture with Universal, then they're gonna be behind me, helping me. Like, oh yeah, you should do this. You should do that with this producer, make him get this type of contract or this and that. It's way better than be by yourself and be like, oh yeah, my lawyer's gonna draft you a contract and send it to you.
Like,
especially when you do like when you want to fly out your producers. Like when I fly my producers out right now, I put it on my I pay by myself. But if I got a label behind me with the joint venture, like the label, they're gonna be the one like paying for it. It's just gonna be a budget thing, recoupable.
When you're having these budgets and you're practicing spending the budgets from the label and stuff, I hear a lot of artists, they get into the situation where they spent too much of the budget, and they haven't recouped. How do you know if you're gonna recoup or not, or how do you know if that's the best thing for you to do, to sign that and take those budgets? If you're not knowing that you're gonna recoup them.
I mean, if you don't think that you're gonna recoup them, you shouldn't sign.
But I'm saying you don't know. Like a lot of producers and artists, they do it not knowing if they will recoup or not.
Yeah.
Or they just do it because I see the numbers on the paper. I need it.
Right. You just gotta put in work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I signed my publishing deal, I didn't have no placement, nothing. I had placements, but it wasn't placement that were selling or anything. It was just some YouTube songs, mixtape. It wasn't doing like numbers.
Right.
So I really had to put in work to recoup that money. And I did. So you really got to put in work, bro. Like,
so you can't like fuck off when you get the money.
Once you sign the dotted line, it's over with.
You gotta go harder because now you borrowing. So now you got.
And especially for artists, you got to be reasonable when you use your budget.
You gotta be what?
Responsible.
Responsible.
Okay,
that's not a word.
Responsible. Now you good? Responsible.
You gotta be responsible. Like
yeah.
When I got my check from Universal, I just like decided to like get me equipments and like do my own home studio, so I won't have to use the studio, because every time you use the studio, they like
charge you.
They charge you and then take that money from your royalties.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay, so you're practicing like, instead of using that budget, you just using that budget to make your own, so you don't have to keep going
and it's
back
not
and
like
keep spending.
that budget. Would say they give you $100,000.
Yeah,
those equipment's gonna cost you like maybe 15, and then the rest of the money you just keep it. You just don't spend it.
The equipment?
Yeah, like
to build
you
your
like
own
like speakers, like microphone.
Oh, versus renting out studio time.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you rent out the studio like all the time,
that's $20 a month,
bro. It's like $200 an hour. You do 10 hours. Like in a week, you like spend what you spend on the equipment. Like
right.
You don't need to do that. Just like do it at home. Learn. Like I learned by myself how to use Pro Tools and stuff. So just learn by yourself.
You record at home?
Yeah, it's really easy. It's not that bad. And then the mixing part, then the label just gonna send it to somebody that mix and master the songs, and then you're just gonna use that budget to pay, but you're still gonna have money left after that.
Did you like learn all your financial stuff, like how to use money? Did you learn from your parents, or did you have to like go take courses and train yourself?
Oh man, I went to college for accounting.
Oh, okay. He's lit.
I wasn't
credits.
I wasn't that good.
Hey, but you still at least know.
I went to my third year, but I wasn't that good.
If you made it to your third year, you're good. Yeah, nah. Accounting is.
But I was always like responsible with my money too. So,
like, what if for someone that's not responsible? Like, how do they learn how to be responsible? Because like, if you got $1,000, like, or $10,000, $20,000, some people don't know how to like set this for this, set this for this. Do you write out a plan or a budget for it, or like, how do you do it?
I mean, that's why you need a team behind you to help you. Yeah, you need somebody like. I have a business manager, and he's the one, like, when I want to buy something, I would say expensive, he's going to tell me you should or you shouldn't. Because he always thinks like, okay, you're going to spend that money, but you got to make that money back. So that's why I always try to not spend no money and let it like him because I feel like he's like my dad. You know, just like I don't want to like disappoint him.
Right. Like, yo, what'd you spend 20,000 on?
Yeah, right.
What's all these Balenciagas?
Shout out Balenciaga. Let me get the sponsorship.
Facts. No,
Hey, Alba, I want a sponsorship too. Balenciaga, not just AP.
So, but you know, so if you have in the mindset, you know, of being, you know, not, I don't call it penny pinching. What are we saying?
Just conservative.
Conservative with your money. How do you know how much to invest in things like, you know, maybe a car or your image, you know, watches, jewelry, clothes, and stuff like that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, because it's like I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know how much I should invest like in those type of things. I never had those things, so it was like I get them, but it's cool. Now it's like it's whatever.
Is it important?
No. It's just like it just makes you feel good, but it's not like that important. Yeah.
So it's not that important to go into a studio fresh.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I'm talking about jewelry and stuff like that. Like
That's
clothes,
it's
it's still fresh, but clothes, yeah, you should definitely like try to like dress good to like not like impress the artist, but make him feel like, oh yeah, that person is serious about what
he's
doing.
one of us type shit.
Yeah. But
no holes in your socks and stuff. No gray black socks.
But yeah, it's like just like try to not like go too hard with the money. You're not spending like on like things that you don't really need. Like clothes, okay, it's cool, but jewelry is like a plus. It's not like something that you really need.
Right.
You ever have like a moment where you was like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. Like,
oh yeah, for my Balenciagas,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, why the fuck did I got all those shoes?
Yeah.
Now, I heard you say that you got a publishing deal with no placements.
Yeah, I didn't have no placements. It was just based on my name, the YouTube stuff. Yeah.
Got you. So it was just them believing in the brand and believing in the vision kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna explain to you how. So I had I was working with designer and it's a baby. And my manager at that time, it's still my manager. He was also designer manager at that time when Panda came out and all that stuff. And he always heard my tag and he was asking designer, yo, what the fuck is that? His designer was like, oh, that's a producer I work with. He's on YouTube. You should check him out. And then he said the next day he met up with Sababy and Sababy played him some songs and that was my beats too. And he was like, again? And then
I'm tired of this, man.
And then I was in Paris with my girl. We were just like holidays, like just like chilling. And he emailed me like, yo, I want to sign you. And then
who said
that? Steven Victor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was back in 2017, March 2017. It was like, I want to sign you. And then I put him on text with my lawyer. That's crazy because my lawyer was already on text with him because Steven wanted to sign 16 years old. And my lawyer was also his lawyer. So it was like, damn, it's super, like, it's a small world. So, and then it happened like a month after. And then since then, it's history, like, we've been working, like, he's like my brother.
So I got a question. So when you sign, right, a publishing deal and you're more on YouTube, do they get a percentage of your YouTube stuff or how does that work out?
No, you want to know something crazy? I was the first actual producer that they let him do that YouTube stuff. Like that, when they send a contract to a producer, it's like a standard things. Mine, they had to like customize it.
Oh, because you're on YouTube and
because
stuff.
I'm on YouTube. I was like the first. My lawyer was like, it's crazy they let you do that because usually they don't. Because at first I said I'm not gonna sign with them. They didn't want to let me do it, like post on YouTube. I said no, I'm not gonna sign. It's cool. And then
they wanted you to stop posting on YouTube.
And then they came back.
That's whack.
Shit.
But that's the reason why they signed you in the first place.
Yeah, because of my YouTube, because I was getting placements too through YouTube. But then a week after they came back, and my lawyer was like, he called me at like, it was like midnight in France, and he was like, yo, they're gonna let you do whatever you want. And I was like, I knew it.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, is there any negotiation tactics or anything that you were doing? Like,
I wasn't really doing anything. My lawyer was doing everything.
So you don't have to go into the meetings and talk with these guys and be like, I don't want it.
Bro, I didn't even go to America to sign my contract. I just signed it like through email.
While you were in Paris?
Damn.
I was in my island.
Oh, okay.
You
didn't even move here yet?
Yeah, e-sign.
DocuSign.
Damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But so Okay, so one thing I caught is when you said they wanted you to kind of change, like he said, like they signed you off of something that you were already successful on. Like, this is the reason we noticed you, but we want you to stop doing that. And I feel like that's kind of common. Like, I hear a lot of stories about, you know, people getting signed and the label wants to do one way, they want to go another way, and it ends up just being like nothing happening. It's like there's too much pushback on each side, and the artist or producer kind of just dies out, loses all their momentum, loses all their status. But I want to know, did you ever, when they said they didn't want you to do YouTube, did you consider that? Were you thinking like, maybe I should do that?
No, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna curse, but I was like, no, I don't want to sign with y'all. It's cool. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. And I had other offers from other labels, and then they would let me do it, but it wasn't like the offers weren't as good as Universal. So when they came back, I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna sign.
Right.
You think if you didn't have money coming in for YouTube, you would have been more likely to do it?
Yeah, I think so. I would do it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.